You know, the 2000s really were a heck of a time. So many classic movies we all watched on DVD as kids, like when your parents were off doing dumb, boring adult stuff like reducing your cholesterol or not buying me the new Beyblade GT Dranzer, even though everyone has one now, Mom. And by everyone, I mean like 3 people in my school. And so parents would be like, here, why don't you watch whatever this is? Bridge to Terabithia? This is a kid's movie, right? And the course of your life was forever changed that one Thursday afternoon. Freaky Friday was one such movie. In 2003, it was seen as like a cute, wholesome Disney family movie, you know? But as is the trend with movies like this, you go back 22 years later at this point, you watch it again, and this is a very 2003 movie. Lindsay Lohan's second movie ever, by the way. Another smash hit. Man, in the 2000s, Lindsay Lohan was unstoppable. Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and then Mean Girls. And with the new sequel movie out in theaters now, Freakier Friday, I figured it was time to go back and watch the old classic 2003 movie. You know what I mean? So come along, fellow disillusioned, burnt-out millennials, let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN is an app and browser extension that lets you change your IP address to be pretty much anywhere in the world you want. Now, what this means for you is it protects you from websites and other users trying to snoop on what you're doing and from where. Maybe your country has some like weird, strict content censoring laws, or you just don't want people to potentially hack your accounts. Well, Surfshark VPN can help you with all of that, but it also has a lot of very practical day-to-day uses, like allowing you to watch the Netflix libraries from almost any country. Fun fact, Slovakia has by far the highest number of movies and TV shows you can watch, with over 7,400 titles compared to 5,800 in the US. And all you gotta do is just install Surfshark VPN and tell it to put your IP address in Slovakia, and there you go, you have access to an extra 1,600 titles. Or Japan and Taiwan have the biggest anime libraries on Netflix, so using Surfshark VPN, you can have access to all of that. Or in the reverse, if you're traveling away from your country, you wanna stay up to date on a certain show you're watching or whatever, you can use Surfshark VPN to put your IP address in your home country, and then wham bam bam bam, there you go. And gives you access to all of this. And get this, you can use a single subscription on an unlimited number of devices. So let's say you and 4 other family members, y'all want to pitch in on one subscription. That means you get all of this for 50 cents a month. So click my link down below. You're gonna get 4 extra months added to your subscription. So click my link and sign up today. Okay, back to the show.
Anna,
So happy.
honey, you gotta wake up.
Wait, why does mom got like 10 phones? So this is how they live in a 5,000 square foot house on a single income. You ain't slick, Mom. So here we have our 2 main characters. Anna, who is 15 and therefore the oracle of all knowledge, and the mom, who is not 15, I assume, based on context clues. These 2 characters couldn't be more different, all right? The mom is a suited up, hoity-toity therapist, likely story. And Anna is the most 2003 teenager I've ever seen.
Hurry up!
What? I'm ready.
Would you settle on a station, please?
Okay. So I'm just gonna get a little stud right here, okay?
No, I don't want my maid of honor looking like a little harlot.
Yeah, ear piercings and exposed midriffs. Next thing you know, she's getting a septum and joining a Tom and Jerry 18+ roleplay Discord server.
What did you do with it, troll?
Oh, Anna, why do you always have to blame him for everything? You couldn't find anything in your room.
Why do you always take his side?
Oh, look.
Why?
Anna.
No, why?
Wait, I'm sorry. What did her voice just do right now?
Why do you always take his side?
Oh, look.
Why?
Anna.
No, why?
But yeah, so as you can see, Anna and her mom don't really see eye to eye on literally anything at all whatsoever.
See? She always starts it.
Bye, honey. Make good choices.
Well, she is wearing low-rise cargo pants, so we're not off to a great start. Now, while Anna's at school, she runs into her best gal pals, and they kind of talk about how parents just don't understand. But right that moment, Anna runs into Jake.
Oh, kill me.
Anna, what? I can't believe it. It's Jake.
Look, you've never even met the guy, so guess what? He doesn't care. And he's not even looking.
He's not?
I think he's gonna talk to you.
Shut.
You know, late 90s, early 2000s Y2K style, it's this thing that's been coming back with the young kids nowadays, but like no one can ever actually grasp just the true grunge of the time, okay? We were not dressing like this in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was more like everyone was kind of Juggalo adjacent. But anyway, so Jake is Anna's big old crush, but he won't even notice her. He's too busy styling those greasy locks of angst. So throughout the school day, Anna gets detention twice, once for absolutely demolishing Stacy in volleyball. And the second time with her English teacher, who she swears is totally out to get her, you know what I mean?
I really don't understand this F.
You completely missed the point of the book.
It's 1984. About a rigid society dominated by one all-powerful, ego-tripping dictator.
My grade is final.
Except he had hair.
But after detention's over, Anna walks out and drops all her books on the floor, like a nerd. And guess who happens to be standing right there?
Excuse me. Is this yours?
Oh, he helps her pick up her books. OMG, Anna, he's totally in love with you for real. So they get to talking for a while about all the really important teenager stuff, you know, like what dumb made-up word we're all gonna say now for 3 weeks instead of just saying, wow, this food tastes good.
So, what do you play?
I play my dad's old Telecaster.
Nice. Cute shirt.
I'm sorry. What is it with hot guys and gesturing from inside their jacket pockets? You ever think about how weird this is? Only a hot guy can get away with this. But just when things are getting real good with Jake over here, guess who shows up to ruin everything?
If I were you, I would be thinking a little less about boys and a little more about...
Baby bottle pop,
It's a baby bottle pop.
just take the pop, dip it and shake it, and lick it again.
It's a baby bottle pop.
Baby bottle pop.
Now, something else you need to know about Anna is that she's in a band with her friends, just like in the Barbie Diaries. And they're like totally gonna go pro one day, okay? If it wasn't for a stupid mom who just doesn't understand how important this is.
Bummer.
Not again.
Time's up, it's after 6.
And of course, later on, the principal calls the mom and tells her that Anna got detention twice today. So now mom's like even more upset for like no reason? Why is everyone out to get me? Jealous?
Mom, do you see what happened to my door? Where's my door?
Privacy is a privilege, Anna.
You know, this is such an insane punishment, especially for a girl, but like for any teenager, you know? Like my parents are so lucky they never did this to me because boy, I was in there farting. But yeah, so as you can see, the relationship between Anna and her mom is not great. And Anna, with all the wisdom of a 15-year-old, is taking things in stride.
I need my door. You give me that door, or I will kill
Shrek?
myself.
Oh, can I watch?
What? Oh my. You just, 2003, you could just put that in a family movie. Oh, times have changed.
Why do I even bother telling you anything?
Okay, who's up for Chinese?
Ah, you're ruining my life.
Now, if you can imagine, the life of a single widowed mother of 2 kids is actually not that glamorous. Okay, she's a therapist, which has its own problems. And she's getting married soon, so she has to help plan the entire wedding. But Anna wants to go to this band audition thing the same time as the wedding rehearsal dinner, which, like, obviously, no. And Anna's being very understanding of this.
Ah, you're ruining my life.
But somehow they all get together with Anna's mom's fiance for a nice family dinner.
Hello, Pepe.
Well, I bet this part of the movie has aged beautifully. In fact, things go so well that Anna and her mom end up arguing in the back of the restaurant about whose life is harder, as you do.
My life is perfect.
Oh, I know your life is perfect. Your perfect job, perfect boyfriend, perfect patient. You worship the grind. You
Oh, honey,
work hard.
you need a serious and bracing reality check if you think my life is perfect.
You think my life is easy? Do you have any idea how hard it is to be a cute alt girl in 2003? This won't be cool for like another 20 years, Mom. Oh yeah? You think being an adult's so easy? You think it's fun throwing my shoulder out every time I sneeze too hard? Well, I have to stay up to date on like 7 layers of meme internet lore just to have one conversation with my friends. At least you can make friends. The best I can do at my age is saying hi to the same lady who keeps filling my estrogen prescription. And right that moment, the mother of the owner of the Chinese restaurant shows up out of nowhere to, be very 2003.
你唔明白佢，佢唔明下你，你要俾你換茶，你將來明白啦，明白啦，媽媽
Okay.
咁啊。
A journey soon begins. Its prize reflected in another's eyes.
But then suddenly there's a giant earthquake that no one else can feel except the 2 main characters. Huh, that's weird. Anyway, they go back home and go to sleep. And when they wake up the next morning, you'll never guess what happens.
Why am I in Anna's room? I have no memory of this. This isn't mine. Those aren't mine. That's definitely not mine.
That's right, would you believe they end up swapping bodies, where the mom is actually in Anna's body and Anna's in her mom's body, which she takes very well.
I know. We seem to be inside
I'm
each other.
old.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper.
You know, Jamie Lee Curtis is like 44 in this movie, and it's so interesting to see like 44-year-olds used to look like this, and now they look like this. So after they both calm down a bit, they try to figure out how the heck any of this even happened, you know? Like, I mean, if the same thing happened to me, I'd think it was a little weird too.
The earthquake, and then Pepe's crazy mother pointing at me and pointing at you.
Yeah, and what was she mumbling about in Chinese?
She did something. Some strange Asian voodoo.
Oh, wow, okay. Man. You could just say anything in a 2000s movie. There were no rules. Inmates were running the asylum back then.
Harry! I was just teaching Mom some new dance moves.
What do you want, punk?
You know, they both do a really good job of acting like each other, but Jamie Lee Curtis, being an angsty teenager, is just the funniest thing. So the next big chunk of the movie is Anna and her mom in each other's respective bodies trying to live out each other's lives. Anna's mom gets to go back to high school, which sounds like a terrible time.
So, we saw you
Tell me what?
with Jake. Give us the dirty details.
Oh, no. I don't believe in physical contact with the opposite sex.
Yeah, we get it. You're on Tumblr. You ain't special. Now, while this is happening, Anna, as her mom, goes on a shopping spree and gets a haircut and some cool kind of whatever this is. But pretty quick here, she realizes that her mom has so many responsibilities to handle, and like, she's used to it. But for Anna, this is a lot. Wait, hold on. If I leave my clothes on the floor, they just stay there? Where's the magic trash cleaning, laundry doing fairy? I gotta do all this myself? Since when?
Dr. Coleman's office. Root canal? That's not fair. They're not my teeth.
Now, back at school, Anna's mom meets the wrath of Mr. Bates, who we met earlier. And that's when she realizes who this guy really is, because turns out they went to school together back in like the 70s or whatever.
Elton Bates. Griffith High School.
How do you know that?
You asked me, I mean my mom, to the prom, but she turned you down.
This is not an
And
appropriate
now you're taking
subject.
it out on her daughter, aren't you? Aren't you? She had a boyfriend. And you were weird.
So after getting picked up from school by Anna, the mom sees how she looks now, courtesy of a 15-year-old with an Amex card.
My hair, it's gone. And what is this? What have you done to my ear?
Mom, it's an earring.
Take it out. Take it out right now.
No, it looks cool.
Oh, don't start with me. And those clothes are going back first thing tomorrow.
Why? Everyone likes them. You look great.
I look like Stevie Nicks.
There's a bunch of other little vignette adventures with Anna and her mom, but the most important is later on, Anna has to be her mom on a TV show about her mom's new book, which of course Anna knows nothing about, so she just kind of wings it.
Do you want to know why adults are so tired all the time? Because they spend all their time obsessing about these stupid, lame things they don't really have to do, like cooking. I mean, have you never heard of takeout? And cleaning? Let's don't and say we did.
And right that exact moment, Jake is with Anna's body. That sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. Watching all this happen on TV.
No, I'm serious. This guy's hot. What are you gonna do?
God, your mom's cool.
Is she, Jake? Is she really? Crowd surfing on public access TV? Is that what does it for you, Jake? But this is just the beginning, okay? Because like later on, Anna goes to get some coffee, and guess who's working there after school?
Mrs. Coleman?
Jake, what are you doing here?
I work here. Hey, you know, I caught the show. And you were great.
Thanks.
Jake? Is this guy doing okay? No.
I have a wedding rehearsal.
Okay, whose?
Mine.
Are you serious?
This was a heck of a movie, boy, I tell you that. Also, all of this is happening in one day. Like, days used to be so long before social media existed. See, now I wake up, I brush my teeth, I look at Instagram for 12 hours, the whole day's gone. It's crazy. Anyway, so as you can imagine, Anna's been avoiding her mom's fiance as best she can because, you know, he's like old and gross and probably spends his time sitting at the park watching squirrels and birds all day. Actually, that sounds pretty awesome. And this fiance guy is starting to kind of feel like something weird might be going on, you know what I'm saying?
Do what you want. Marry the dude. Just don't make me do it, okay?
Yes!
Privacy is a privilege, Anna.
Yes!
No, what's up?
Jamie Lee Curtis is just too good for this movie, okay? It's so funny how she started as a scream queen for horror movies, but then turns out she's actually hilarious. Anyway, so as the longest day of all time continues, it's finally time for the wedding rehearsal dinner. But then Jake shows up singing a love song to who he thinks is Anna's mom, but then the real Anna's mom just like tackles the crap out of him.
Excuse me?
I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby.
This movie is too good, man. Anyway, so long story short, what ends up happening is Anna is finally allowed to go to the band audition thing because the fiance guy wants to be like a cool stepdad. And of course, the real Anna goes with her because her mom has no idea how to play guitar, so Anna has to like hide backstage and play for her.
I can do this. It was horrifying. No, it's okay, Mom. I unplugged you. Just go back out there and fake it.
No, I don't even know how to do that.
Come on, Mom. You can't tell me you never went to a rock concert.
Okay, I saw the Stones once.
Okay, great. Just go out there and act like Keith.
Keith, right. Yeah.
Richard's mom!
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. The mom knows who Stevie Nicks is, but doesn't know Keith Richards? The heck kind of 70s kid were you? Now, back at the wedding rehearsal, the mom's fiance is just kind of waiting around to see what the heck even happens.
My first wedding went like this, you know.
Like what?
She ran away with the florist. Whole thing went right down the tubes.
Yeah, okay, thanks. But of course, then they all come back, and Anna, as her mom, makes a speech alluding to the fact that now that she's walked in her mom's shoes for a day, she has a newfound appreciation for, like, things and stuff or whatever.
So 3 years ago, we had a really bad thing happen in our family. We lost a father and a husband, and I didn't think we'd ever be able to get over it. But then this guy came into the picture. No one could ever take the place of her dad, but somebody could be part of a new family.
This part kind of reminds me of 17 again, where like you have this really goofy, absurd movie, and then just right at the end, it has this like heart-wrenching monologue that has no business being as good as it is.
I remember thinking that I had to have you or I'd die. Then you whispered that you loved me at the homecoming dance. And I felt so peaceful and safe.
But all the same, now that they've come to some kind of mutual understanding, the curse is broken and their souls fly back into the correct bodies. And so in the end, Anna's mom gets married, and for some reason they invite the owners of the Chinese restaurant they went to that one time. This will be so awkward. And Anna gets a slight attitude adjustment where she's like, you know what? Old people are still people too. And then Jake just kind of realizes that it's kind of weird for an 18-year-old to be so in love with a 44-year-old. So he does the next best thing and dates a 15-year-old.
Yesterday was freaky. And I mean, I see your mom, and I like her.
Uh-huh. This better be going somewhere real good, my dude.
But, you know, I mean, I like her as your mom. But listen, do you think we could just rewind this whole thing and start again?
I'd like that.
And that's pretty much the end of the movie. So yeah, you know, as I've probably said many times over the many 2000s movies I've done so far, this movie is way better than it should be, but also it's very 2000s. I will say though, all in all, the movie is a lot better than I remember it being. I mean, I was 15 when it first came out, so I was probably like, yeah, whatever, this movie doesn't even have boobs in it. But now that I'm an older, cynically jaded millennial, I gotta say, sometimes this movie is absolutely hilarious. Anyway, the sequel, Freakier Friday, is out in theaters right now, so I'm sure I'll get around to it sooner or later. I feel like I'm probably going to end up saying stuff about this movie that I literally just said a few months ago about like John Tucker Must Die or Mamma Mia or any of these movies. Like there's just, you know, there really is something about the 2000s movies where it's like, it's not just that they were like edgy or whatever, but like they just felt less try hard, I guess. That's something I've noticed with a lot of modern movies where not only does it feel like a little bit more strict about kind of like they clearly can't make certain jokes or say certain things. Now sometimes that's a good thing, okay? Like the whole Chinese restaurant part of this movie, that has not aged very well whatsoever. And maybe the portrayal of therapy is not the most empathetic, but in a general sense, like movies from the 2000s, like, I mean, sometimes they were like try hard edgy, but in a general sense, it's like they kind of just made the movie that they wanted to make, and it just didn't feel so try hard, where nowadays so many movies feel focus tested and there's like a list of things they have to include in the movie, and which is why movies like Bottoms, when that came out, like it was such a breath of fresh air. Like again, not that Bottoms is some like super edgelord comedy, but it was just like unabashedly itself. It was very irreverent, but it was so funny because it just knew what it wanted to be, and it just like was that the whole time. I feel like I say this like every time I watch any movie that's good. You know, like for example, like Elio. The original script of Elio was very different than the movie that came out because because they tested it with audiences and they changed certain things, and then there's some sort of political back and forth and they cut out certain themes and certain, scenes in the movie. Again, it's all this like very like try-hard kind of like, we have to make the exact perfect formulated movie or whatever. But back in like 2003, it's like they could just kind of make what they wanted, and they usually did pretty well, and people were like, oh, that was a cool movie, I guess. When this movie first came out, I was 15. I remember thinking it was kind of dumb and cheesy, and watching it back now, it's like, man, this movie was so much better than it should be. I mean, not that it's like the greatest comedy of all time, but it's just like, I was like, man, this is way funnier.